right now. My mind is on quite a few other things. However, I understand the importance of simply doing the thing. It's in the doing that things change, not merely in the generation of new concepts, not in the romanticizing, or in the idealization, but it's in the doing. And I kid you not, I have or had, it's slightly shifting since I've begun. When I was looking at the task, looking at, oh, I've got to do this thing, it begins to shift as I do it. But understanding the power of doing the thing, even when I feel indifferent to it, even when my mood is not what it was when I first conceptualized the idea, even when the apparent value or when the value of doing the thing becomes less apparent, there's got to be a part of you that enlists the whole of you to just do the damn thing. And then the damn thing becomes something blessed, blessed. So here we are. This is day 2 of me breaking through the inertia of simply going live, simply creating video, hopping back into what used to be a routine, what used to be zero effort for me. There's been different phases in my making talking head videos, yapping, as they say. Some phases, it was an over perfectionism involved in what I was doing. And you can apply this to anything in your own doing of life. It doesn't have to be making videos. But for me, there was this different times of perfectionism where, oh, my hair isn't right. Oh, the lighting isn't right. The background isn't right. And despite me having something that came up in my heart that I knew I was supposed to share, that was juicy, potent, vital, raw, I didn't do the things because the conditions weren't right. But conditions, as James Allen says in his books like As a Man Thinketh, conditions change based on character. Some of the greatest things in the world that have ever been shared were not with ideal conditions, but with a true spirit. And so I find myself here right now. Um, well, back to the perfectionism. There's been periods of perfectionism, and then when that wasn't in play, when those things were no longer important, and I just was surrendering to the genius within, surrendering to the spirit, not giving up on the task, but surrendering my notions, surrendering my perfectionism or demands, and then just going full in on what was coming up, what was coming through, being the channel versus being the constriction of what could flow. And so at those times when I got past perfectionism, I got the inspiration. I just did the thing. And those were very good times. And so that's part of my intention of doing this now is returning to that. And it's taking a little bit of greasing the rails. It's taking a little bit of getting back into a flow, changing my neurology, changing my habits, changing my expectations, and returning to this place. So that's what this is. This is a testimony to not just pushing through. There's an aspect of that. Literally, I was sitting here with my headphones on, listening to actually a few things at once, as I tend to do. Scorpions, Send Me an Angel, paired with a couple of audios that I've made, just text that I've recorded. And I had one playing in the left ear, one playing in the right ear, and I actually had two songs playing at the same time. And this is that's good for my ADHD. Helps bring me to focus, um, counterintuitively, but it does. And so this is where we are. Had nothing scripted out. Um, the title was simply about breaking through inertia and indifference and moving from there. And that's the way it works sometimes. That's what we're doing. I do know this much though. I will talk about this since we're talking about it. And that is the changes that are coming in the content and the way that I show up. There is a stark contrast in the works right now, which I'm rather excited about. I wrote a letter to myself from 1 year in the future. If you're not familiar with this exercise, you could look it up. There's probably different examples and explanations online, or DM me. But I wrote a letter to myself from 1 year in the future. And this these upcoming changes, this contrast of how I've known myself, how my audience has known me, how the people I've worked with have known me, has there's a shift coming in that. And I do anticipate that it will be quite polarizing. So if you know me now and you know me then, there will be some things, there will be signs. And I look forward to it because, again, on video one, day one of 10, I talked about initiation, going through these challenging things, right? As as containers for growth. The alchemical concept of something being putrefied and then purified and then finally transformed. So we're not afraid of that in this neck of the woods. Check this message here. Pardon me. I've got a couple important things coming through. Perfect. Yep. So, yeah, man, actually I'm really looking forward to that. It's 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 already powerful even before it's getting out into the world, and I'll make no apologies about it. I'm excited what folks will see, the way that it will help a specific kind of person or kinds of people. Definitely not for everyone. And I think that's one of the things that I'm entering more into. I don't even think it, I know it. I am entering into this stage of not trying to appeal to everyone. A lot of my journey and growth has centered around that kind of feeling of attempting to be too soft and not hold the boundaries that I ought to on the public domain. And on one-on-one containers, when I'm with people who trust me to be who I am, there's not all the softness, not all of the, oh, I hope you understand. They know me to be who I am. They depend on me to be how I am, which is not the way I've always presented publicly, especially on video or in new groups of people. This has not been to the greater benefit of the work that I've come to do in this world, of the play that I've come to enjoy in this world. So things will have a different flavor, and it is good. It is good. Good in the most enlightened sense of the word. And, well, It appears that we've reached our goal today of 10 minutes. Our phone didn't overheat. We went ahead and did the damn thing, and now it is something blessed. So, thank you for joining me for day 2 of 10 of getting back into the flow, breaking through the inertia, and doing the things that it takes to get to your next level. Because this is something that I truly enjoy, something I know I'm called to do. And this is one way of nourishing my creative calling. You know, some people don't like broccoli. It's like if you need your greens and you're not eating your kale and all your other stuff, you better work in your fucking broccoli. So thanks for enjoying this broccoli with me today. See you tomorrow on day 3.